Hello everyone, I'm Tootsie Forever and welcome to this new completely original series of top 5 videos. Yay! Now I can start demeaning myself by using the clickbait titles and the red circle with the arrow pointing in it and throw an emoji in there for good measure. I'm just kidding, I could never stoop that low. That's just sad. Speaking of sad, let's talk about ponies being sad. Yeah, that's kind of a lame transition, I know. Over the years My Little Pony has been airing, it has been able to get across powerful emotional scenes that can just make you all teary-eyed. So, I decided to go through and pick the top 5 saddest moments of My Little Pony. So, let's get started.
Number 5. Applejack's parents.
The current whereabouts of where the Apple family's parents are still up for debate, but what we do know is that Applejack, Applebloom, and Big Macintosh are being looked over by their caretaker, Granny Smith, and has been raising them ever since they were kids. So the question is, where are they?
In the episode Apple Family Reunion, Applejack is tasked with hosting this year's family reunion. After a few mishaps and a song, later that night it shows the Apple family looking over their newly made memories as it zooms out to the sky, and if you look overhead you can see 2 shooting stars soaring across the night sky. It was later confirmed by a storyboard artist that these shooting stars were in fact to represent Applejack's parents.
Meaning that they have probably kicked the bucket.
Further proof of this is in the episode Crusaders of the Lost Mark. The Cutie Mark Crusaders finally earned their cutie marks, and in their musical number it cuts to them showing their family members their newfound talent. What's already an emotional scene turns sad when Applejack says this.
Oh, sugar cube, if Mom and Dad were here, they'd be so proud of you.
Not only is this the first time we hear about their parents, but them acknowledging that they're no longer with them. What makes this scene powerful is due to the fact that it takes place during a happy musical number where we're least expecting it.
And no, we're not going over A Perfect Pair because that episode has not aired yet as of this video.
Number 4. Anything Scootaloo related.
Scootaloo herself is the type of character who you just wish you could pick her up and hold her tightly, wishing that you could make all of her problems go away. Because she herself has been through a lot over the show's progression, and I'm not just talking about her achievements. She has shown herself to be more vulnerable than any other character in My Little Pony.
In Sleepless in Ponyville, we see her try to impress her role model, Rainbow Dash. The CMC decide to go on a camping trip to see if Scootaloo can try to get closer to Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash tells a few scary stories which gets Scootaloo in a panic. By the end of the episode, she has a breakdown and opens up to Rainbow Dash saying that she's not as tough as her and wishes she could be more like her. Rainbow Dash agrees to help the little filly by taking her under her wing. The sad part about this is that Scootaloo has a disability where she is handicapped and cannot fly. This goes more in depth in the episode The Flight to the Finish. In this episode, the CMC enter a competition so they can perform at the Equestria Games. After some devilish encouragement from Diamond Tiara, Scootaloo believes the only way to win is if she learned how to fly. So she spends the entire episode struggling to achieve something that she could never get. But thanks to the help of her friends, she learns to accept it. In the parental guidance episode, Rainbow Dash scolds her parents for being too proud of her accomplishments. Later in the episode, Scootaloo talks to her about the fact that she's never had anyone there for her.
Wow, Scootaloo has had a really terrible life in this show. Now I just want to get a plushie of her and just cuddle it to make her feel better.
Number 3. The night Celestia banished Luna.
The two royal sisters, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna, both have interesting paths since they are both well over 1,000 years old. So I was hoping that maybe we could get a little more about their past and their falling out. Luckily for us, the show staff delivered.
Despite the scene just being entirely filler, in the season 4 premiere, we find out that the Everfree Forest has invaded Ponyville and captured both Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. Twilight drinks a magic potion given to her from Zecora to figure out what in the world is going on. She's then taken back to the night where Luna unleashes all of her jealous rage against Celestia. As a result, she turns into Nightmare Moon. She then starts attacking her older sister, but Celestia tries her hardest to not fight her younger sister, but then gets struck down. Celestia is then forced to be put into a position to banish her sister to the moon by using the elements of harmony, sending her away for 1,000 years.
Twilight is there to witness the whole thing and is probably going to be scarred for life. Gonna need a lot of therapy there, Twilight.
Number 2. Big Mac and Applebloom's moment.
Applebloom and Applejack have always had a strong sisterly bond, and Applebloom wants to grow up to be just like her big sister, but you never really see much of her in Big Macintosh bonding. Now, Big Macintosh has been the type of pony that has never really had that much dialogue, other than him from occasionally saying yep and nope. But in the Brotherhood Social, that all changes.
Applejack is called by the map in a previous episode to go to Manhattan to solve a friendship problem. About the same time, this year's Sisterhood Social is taking place. Applebloom doesn't have a partner to go with, so Big Mac dresses as a girl so his little sister won't be disappointed.
After some destructive and embarrassing scenes later, he's revealed that he's, well, in fact, well, a he, and gets them both disqualified.
They have a little scene together and Big Mac opens up his feelings about how he wants Applebloom to look up to him again. They hug it out and end it with a nice shot of a sunset.
Now, if you have a brother or a sister who you're really close to, then this episode can definitely touch on those feelings. I know it did for me. That and because I'm a big softie. Now, before we get to the #1 saddest moment of My Little Pony, let's see what all you suggested. Alright, those were pretty good. Now let's end this off with #1.
Number 1. The entire premise of amending fences.
In Season 5, we get introduced to this tan pony named Moondancer. She was only mentioned one time in the very first episode of the show, so it's okay if you don't remember her. I mean, heck, not even Twilight cared about her.
In the episode of Amending Fences, Twilight realizes that she abandoned all of her old friends back in Canterlot, so she heads back there to rekindle and make up with them. They all seem really cool about how Twilight just gave up on them and didn't really care for them at all. But one pony in particular wants nothing to do with Twilight or her friendship.
And, well, that pony in fact is, well, Moondancer. But to be honest, you can't blame her for not wanting to be friends with her after this.
Moondancer was finally opening up and accepting friendship from others like Twilight Sparkle. Unfortunately, the day Twilight left for Ponyville was also Moondancer's birthday. She was hoping that Twilight would be there for her, but she did not show up and blew her off on her own birthday. Moondancer gives up on friendship altogether, wanting nothing to do with it, and shuts out everyone who tries to help, thinking that she's better off alone. Later in the episode, Twilight tries to reenact the birthday party, hoping that Moondancer will accept her friendship. It goes south real fast when Moondancer has an emotional breakdown, unleashing everything that she has been building up after all this time.
Now, the episode obviously ends with Moondancer finally letting friendship into her life again, but it's still pretty sad that Twilight, the princess of friendship, just kind of ditched her and left her in the dark without even saying goodbye. Great job there, princess! Hello everyone, Tootsie Forever here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I tried to do something new, so I'm not sure if anyone liked it or not. But I'd love to give a big shout out to Mr. Meme, Jenny, the Derp, David, and Turtle Pain for helping me write, script, and edit, and basically act out this whole video. I guess I'll see you next time. Peace!